Cathie Wood's portfolio. Have you ever heard of one of the best ETF in the world? Soon enough, you will. Subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Cathie Wood is the CEO of ARK Invest company. And the reason why she gets more popular right now is because of her financial product ETF, ARK Innovation ETF to be precise, because that ETF outperforms any other ETF. So it has only I think it was $5 billion under asset management, because it's still kind of young company and it's not that popular. I mean, she's not that popular compared to Warren Buffett or so, but yeah, the performance speaks for itself. So to compare it with other ETFs, like here we have a graph, and in here you can see the performance in the past 3 years, the returns. It outperforms any other ETFs, even the BlackRock ETF. And BlackRock is the #1 biggest investment firm in the world. It has about $7,400 billion under management. So that's to give you a better picture what that kind of numbers means. It means roughly, well, I didn't do the exact math, but roughly like all the billionaires in the world combined. So that's the amount of money we are talking about. Oh yeah, and smash the like button. And still it outperforms the biggest investment firm. So that's quite something. So yeah, let's have a quick look at her portfolio, what this ETF consists, because she's the one who actively manage this ETF. And the first and biggest holding is Tesla, and it's about 10.8% of her portfolio. So let's have a quick look. Where is it? Here. So, oh yeah, before we dive in the first biggest holding in her ETF, let's have a quick look at her ETF instead, directly at her ETF. The ticker symbol is RKK. And there's, not stock price, but the ETF price is roughly $83. Oh yeah, it's also mentioned here the net assets of this ETF is roughly about $5 billion. And because it is actively managed, that ETF, it means that she actively choose a position, choose a stock. Sometimes she sells that stock and buy other stocks instead. That's why it's called actively managed ETF. That's why it has a way higher expense ratio than a passively managed ETF, like the Vanguard S&P 500, like Warren Buffett suggests to buy. Better to emphasize, for the average investor. So as you can see here, the performance 1 month ago, it was also $84 roughly, roughly $84. But 1 year ago, the stock price was, let's say, $45. So let's do the math here real quick. $84 divided by $45. So that's a performance of about 86%. So that's more than any other ETFs out there that I know. That's why you've seen that graph before, that it outperforms any other ETFs. That's exceptionally good. I don't know what it is. It's the best so far. The best ETF I've seen so far. Any questions so far, or feedbacks, or any other comments? Just leave it in the video description below. And yeah, the biggest holding in this ETF is Tesla. So let's check that out real quick. She also mentions that in that ETF there's about roughly between 35 holdings up to 55 holdings in that. ETF, and the biggest, we are just looking at the biggest five holdings that ETF has. So this is the first biggest one, and Tesla has about $264 billion of market capitalization. So it is considered a mega big cap. So the performance of this stock is also really high. It's like, wow. Like 1 year ago it was like $220. Right now it's like $1,400. So give and take roughly 7 times. Yeah, you could 7 times your investment if you only invest in Tesla before. Alright, and the PE ratio is like 734, so that's also super high. So it means it's trading like 734 times its earnings. Any questions now? Comment in the video description below and subscribe. Alright, the next biggest holding is Invitee. I've never heard about it, so I have to look it up somewhere. Invitee is the position of Invitee is like 9%, roughly 9%, as far as I can remember. So let's have a quick look at the stock performance real quick of that stock. Oh yeah, in that ETF it's also like 35% is in middle cap. So stocks with the market capitalization between $2 billion and $10 billion. So this one has, this is a large cap. Well, large cap, yeah. Sorry, I forgot about large cap. Large cap? No, middle cap. Yeah, large cap is $10 billion up to 200, something like that. And this is middle cap. And if you look like the previous 1 year, 1 year ago the stock price was $25. And if you look even further into the past, like 5 years ago, it was $9. So triple times within 5 years. So the performance is okay, not too bad, but it's also not that impressive. And as you can see here, it was like for a long time it was kind of flat, like 3 years along, and then it went up and down. It's almost like a roller coaster. That's why I don't like middle cap stocks, because most of the time this kind of stocks are roller coasters, which I don't like it, me personally. For me it's like a headache. That's why I prefer more large cap or even mega caps. Alright, next. The third biggest holding is also like 9% roughly, and it is Square. Let's have a quick look at that one. It's August 11th, August 2020, so it's super hot. Damn it. If I turn on the fan, it would be too loud. So that's why I didn't use it. Alright, Square has a market capitalization of about $62 billion US. So it is considered a large cap. So the larger the cap is, the less volatility it has. So less roller coaster, if you want to say it this way. So 1 year ago the stock price was $63. So you literally double your investment within 1 year. So that's good. And 5 years ago, yeah, it was doing good from 2015 to 2018, but from there on, 2018 to 2019, so 1 year, it was also flattening kind of. And then because of this world crisis, then it started to kind of rocket. So this kind of stock relies kind of heavily of this current situation. So me personally, I'm not sure about this long-term perspective of this company, but right now it's doing well. All right, and oh yeah, the PE ratio is like 216, which is also very high. But yeah, at least the stock performance is doing well. That's why the ETF overall is also doing well. And the next one is Roku. I've also never heard about it before. So let's have a quick. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to mention that Invitee Corporation is a medical pharma company. So it is about advanced genetic testing, something like that. So me personally, I'm not familiar with those kind of companies, but it has about 1,500 employees. And oh yeah, there's this ETF, yeah, Invitee, and then the next was Square and CRISPR. Yes, the Square has Square has about 8% of position of that portfolio. The next one is CRISPR, and it's like 5.6%. So let's have a quick look here. CRISPR Therapeutics, so it's also kind of biopharmaceutical company. Me personally, I'm not familiar with all this kind of companies, so not that interested. And especially with a middle size cap, however you want to call it, that's too much headache for me. This one has like 16 billion US dollars, so of market capitalization, so it is considered a large cap. So let's see, 1 year ago the stock price, wow, was $3. So you would a bit more than triple your investment if you invest only in this company. But their EPS is negative, so they made a loss recently. Alright, the next biggest position in that portfolio, in that ETF, is Roku with 5.1%. Let's see, Roku, here it is. Alright, it has a market capitalization of about 18 billion US dollars, so it is also a large cap. And the EPS is in negative, so it means they also made a loss recently. And let's see here, 1 year ago the stock performance of Roku was $131. Okay, so let's do the math here. 150 divided 131, so it's just like 15%, so not much low performance if you want to describe it. So I'm not sure why she picked that one. Let's see, like 5 years ago it was like $27, so it's roughly like 6 times. Oh, okay, so over a very long term, like 5 years ago, it's doing well if you hold it long term. Okay, that makes sense because it's all about performance here. Alright. Oh yeah, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any upcoming videos, and see you next time.